Welcome YMCA members and guests. My name is Andrew and I will be your virtual instructor for today's lesson. Thank you so much for choosing the YMCA of San Francisco for your place of community and learning. We're so glad to have you here. In today's video, I will be teaching you how to be a magician. I'm going to be giving you some tips on how to be a magician, and I will also be teaching you a beginner trick to help you get started. Throughout most of these videos, I will mostly be teaching card tricks, pretty much any tricks that anybody can do with any deck of cards. And these are the cards that I have, but you can do this with any deck of cards that you either have at home, or you can also go to your local store and buy them for a cheap price, about $3 or $4. And with that, let's get started. So before I start the trick, I just want to give some tips on how to be a magician. So tip number one is anybody can be a magician. All it takes is a lot of practice. I personally have been doing magic for about 12 years now. And so my advice is just keep practicing and practicing, and eventually these card tricks will become really easy for you. Tip number two, it's not about how hard or simple a trick is, it's more about how well you perform it or how well you are at hiding the secret. So for example, with card magic, as I'll be teaching you in this video, with card magic, it's more about how natural you are with the cards and how well you're able to hide the secret. So going back to practicing, if you practice more, then you'll be able to perform the trick well, and then you'll be able to hide the secrets. Tip number three, do not perform tricks until you are ready. So from personal experience, when I first started doing magic, I know how excited you are to want to perform this trick and see people's reactions, but you need to but going back to where I said about practicing, you got to practice until you're able to perform the trick well, so that you can hide the secrets, and then people will be more amazed. Because if you perform with not enough practice, then they're going to see oh, you did something with the cards, and then they're going to see, oh, I see what you did there. So that's why you don't perform until you are absolutely ready. Tip number four is you never perform the same magic trick more than once. This is actually one of the main rules of being a card magician, or just a magician in general, is you never perform the same trick twice. Why? Because your audience might pick up on the moves that you're doing for that same trick. And tip number five, it's more of a personal tip that I have. If you happen to see other magicians perform, and you know what they're doing, it's best to not say anything. Why? Because, well, one, it's out of respect for the other performance, and two, it's actually more of a way to learn from the other magician. And with that, we're finally ready to start the trick. So first, I'm going to have my volunteer go ahead and pick any card she wants. All right, go ahead and show it to the camera. Do not let me see it. And then once you're done, put it back right here on top. All right, I'm going to show it one more time for the audience. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut the cards. So I have no idea where your card is, but I know that's not your card, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just going to go through the cards. I'm going to see if I can figure out which one is your card. And let's see. That's your card, the Ace of Spades.
Yes.
And now here is the explanation for the trick. So again, you can do this with any deck of cards. This is just a regular deck of cards. So you're going to have your volunteer go ahead and pick any card they want. Let's say they pick this one. Doesn't matter what it is. So it's the Jack of Hearts. So now what you're going to be doing is, while they're memorizing their card, you're going to be looking at the bottom card. So in this case, it's going to be 6 of diamonds. So this is going to be your key card. So remember the 6 of diamonds, all right? And so what I was doing was, when my volunteer picked their card, after I did this with the cards, I quickly took a peek at the bottom card, and then I just memorized that in my head. So remember, so for this example, their card is the Jack of Hearts, your key card is the 6 of diamonds. So now you're going to ask them to put it back on top without you looking. Then you're just going to show them one more time to make sure they have it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to cut the cards. So what you're doing is, when you cut the cards, now your key card is going to be on top of their card. All right. So your key card is the 6 of diamonds. So first it was like this. 6 of diamonds is at the bottom. Their card, Jack of Hearts, is on top. Once you cut the cards, now your key card is on top of their card. So when you go through the cards, all you have to do is look for your key card the 6 of diamonds, or whatever your key card was, and then their card will always be to the right. So let's say this is your point of view. So your key card, and then their card will always be to the right. And then now that you know what their card is, then you can do a creative reveal. So what I did was I went through the cards and I pretended that I didn't know where their card was, but then I went back to my key card and I found their card and I said, okay, that's your card. Or something you could also do is you can just like go through the cards, and then once you know what their card is, then just put the cards down, and then they're gonna say like, okay, I'm gonna read your mind. It's the Jack of Hearts. And then they're gonna be amazed. So the main thing with this trick is you always have to remember your key card, whatever the card was at the bottom at the start. So one more time, they pick a card. So let's say it's the 3 of Hearts, have them put it on top. Your key card is the 5 of Diamonds. Cut the cards. Now your key card is on top of their card. And then once you go through and look through the cards, you have to find your key card, which in this case now is the 5 of Diamonds. And then again, their card will always be on the right side. And then from there, you can do something creative and just to tell them what their card was, and then they'll be amazed. And that's it for today's lesson. I hope you had fun learning this magic trick. Thank you for participating in virtual lessons with the YMCA of San Francisco. If you end up trying this trick or anything else that you see in these videos, we'd love to see them on our social media. Just post a photo or a video on your Instagram and use the hashtag @HomeWithYSF. We're also offering lots of other fun lessons that you can follow on this YouTube channel, so please be sure to check them out as well. And again, thank you for being a part of our YMCA community. We'll see you again soon.